Price is a myth. You guys understand that? Price has nothing to do why somebody says yes or says no, unless they have the wrong understanding of what the product is. So for example, if someone has a misconception that solar is going to save them money, as an example, they're going into the conversation thinking that it's going to save them money. They have an expectation. Their expectation is what? It's going to save me money today. If the customer's paying, let's say $200, in their minds, they're thinking about, oh, it's going to be $50. To them, that's what saving money is. But there's a lot of other ways of saving money. Buying a Snapple bottle or a Coca-Cola bottle, no disrespect to those companies, but if you drink that shit for 10 years straight, what happens to your teeth? It decays. It fucks up. Then you got to go to the fucking dentist and spend $10,000 on what? On dental shit. So did you really save money? No. So just because you save money on the front end does not mean you'll save money on the back end. Most poor people or average people, their thinking of saving money is like this. I'm spending $200 now, I'm gonna spend $50. That's what they think about saving money. So you gotta clear up those expectations early on in the conversation, right or wrong. They need to understand that going solar is not about saving money. It is one of the benefits, but it's not the only benefit. You gotta make sure you're not making price a big deal. Customers don't say yes because of the price. Customers say yes because of what it can do for them. And if they understand what it can do for them, they'll pay any price. If you're sick and you gotta go to the hospital and they say, yo, we gotta put this shot on you, costs $100,000, and you don't have it, what do you do? F it, do it. I don't give a f. I'll figure it out later. Put it on my bill, put it on my tab. Why? Because if I don't do this shit, I'm dead. I'd rather be alive with $100,000 debt than dead with nothing. Price has nothing to do with it. It's the urgency of the situation that makes them say yes or make them say no. So what I like to talk about is solar. What is solar? It's an asset that produces electricity. And you got to understand, if you're talking to a customer and you walk into their house and you see that they're a hoarder, what does that mean? They hold on to shit, so they have a hard time letting go of their money. If you go to a house, you have nice chandelier, nice table, nice couch. What do you know about them? They like spending money. And you got to figure out what kind of person are they. Do they like spending or do they like holding? If they're like holding, I got to break that barrier because that's a limiting belief factor by the time I get to the docks. If they're the kind of person that spends money left and right, they may not have the funds to make the decision right there and then. I love retired people. The fear of the next 5-10 years of pricing going up, right? Pricing is going to go up over the next 5-10 years, and you're at a fixed thing. This is your income. So which one would you rather be? So I put a lot of pressure and pain on retired people the best because they're easy to talk to. Bro, your income is not going to go up. True or not true? Is your income going to go up in the next 5 years, sir? They say no. Awesome. So if your income is not going to go up, wouldn't it be amazing to put your lock on your electrical expense? Right now, it's going to be $50 more. But next 2-3 years, it'll be $100 more. And then $200 more. And this is not me making this shit up. This is just the fact of life. So if you're on a fixed income of $1,000 a month, you better make the decision to go solar. As a matter of fact, it's imperative you make a decision to go solar. And I'm not leaving this house till you sign the dotted lines because it will be a disservice to you, sir. People don't go solar because it's solar. They go solar because it's some kind of value to them long term. And they're afraid. And using fear is amazing. I love using fear because the fear of the unknown is much more powerful than them actually knowing what's going to happen. Like imagine they knew exactly how much it will go up by. It may scare them, it may not, but the fear of the unknown is more powerful. Mr. Customer, I don't know what FPL is going to do. You don't know what they're going to do. I can tell you statistically what they've been doing for the past fucking 10, 15 years. And do you think that over time, they're going to be nicer to you and give you discounts because you've been with it for so long? Have you got any discounts with them in the past 10 years? When it comes to price or anything like that, there's always a limiting belief factor. There's an emotional reason why they make a decision and a limiting belief factor that holds them back, and there's a logical reason why they make shit happen. For example, how many times do you see women go to the store and buy shit because it's on sale? Is that a logical decision? It's absolutely not logical. But they make it logical. They make a decision through emotion and say, oh, but it was on sale. That's their logic. Oh, but you don't understand, like 50% off. Yeah. Because in their mind, the limiting belief factor is what? Oh my God, it's a discount. And if it's a discount, I have to get it now. Because if I don't get it now, it's not going to be a discount later. So I'd rather do it now. Impulse, boop. That's why women shop more than men for the most part, right? Because they attack these emotional cues on them all the time. So you need to understand that you do the same thing. You got to figure out what's going to emotionally tickle their ass, what's going to logically tickle their ass, and what do they believe. If you know what they believe and help them paradigm shift a little bit, you get the sale. When a customer says it's expensive, what do you tell them? Of course it's expensive. But the cost of you doing nothing is actually 10 times more expensive. I don't present unless I have information. I'm gathering data. Why didn't they go solar? What do they like about solar? What do they hate about solar? What do they like about utility? I know everything about them already. So they're not going to, at the end, say, well, I have 3 codes to look at. What? If they sideswipe me with that, that would never happen, because I would know that in the beginning of the conversation. I already know what their issue is from the beginning of the conversation. I already know what kind of person they are before I start presenting. When I start to present, to me, it's just showing them concepts and ideas for them to believe in what I believe in. Together, we get to the finish line. So the beginning portion of the presentation, to me, is getting information from them, gathering data, qualifying questions to figure out, how does he think? How does he process information? What kind of person is he? Right? There's some people that make decisions impulsively. There's some people that are very scared to make decisions because they don't have enough information. Right? So I make it very clear to them that by the time I'm done, you will have all the information. By the time I'm done, you will have all the information you need to make a decision. So I'm giving them permission to what? To make a decision. And remember, they can have 15 quotes. It doesn't matter to me. They're going to do business with who they feel comfortable with. There's some people, you're number 2 in line, and they already have a process. I need to speak to 8 people. That guy, I'll present to a little bit, but I already know that's not a close. Because he's like, in his mind, in his belief factor, he needs to talk to 8 people. Great. Go talk to the 8 motherfuckers. Go get confused. I'll follow up. And I'm okay with that. It is what it is. Price has nothing to do with it. Remember, the value has to be higher than the price for them to say yes. Better yet, the perceived value has to be higher than the price. They need to perceive that the value that they're getting is much higher than the price. If you don't give them enough value in the beginning and you sell them too high, they will cancel, because they don't understand, why would I pay 40 grand when I can pay 35 grand with someone else? Because they don't understand the difference. But if you're a great enough sales guy, they will never go for the cheaper one. Nobody cares about $100 savings. Nobody cares about $1,000 savings, right? It's not about the money for people. Most people are just afraid of making choices and decisions, and your job is to help them make those choices. And you can call customers out. Mr. Customer, is there a reason why you don't want to do this today? Are you giving me reasons to not do this or do this? They give you too much resistance. Mr. Customer, it looks like you don't want to go solar. Am I wrong? No, we want to go solar. We want to think about it. Okay, great. So when it comes to thinking about it, what I learned from one of my mentors, right? He's been doing this for a long time. Time does not make it easier for you to make a decision. As a matter of fact, time just keeps you away from actually achieving the product faster. I don't know what you're looking for with that time, but what do you need over the next week or 2 weeks or 2 days for you to feel confident to make a decision? Like, what's going to change from today till tomorrow? It's going to make you say, you know what? I want to say yes. Like, what needs to change? Oh, I just got to feel good about it. Great. So what can we do right now to make you feel good about it? What does time have to do with it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you see something you like, you like it. Yeah. So there's something that's holding him back, and you guys got to get good at figuring out what's holding him back. It's not price. It's never price. I was going to get a Tesla at one point. Then I started realizing there's a lot of bullshit with it, right? Long story short, then I started looking at the pricing of a Tesla. I was like, issues, schmissues, all that bullshit, right? What happened? It wasn't the price. It was just I had a lack of trust in the product. That's all it is. So they have trust in the product. This doesn't mean shit, bro. Think about going to an expensive-ass restaurant, right? Why are you going to that expensive restaurant? You can make that same plate of food at home, right? Cheaper. But it's not about that. It's about what? You're getting something out of it. If you're taking a girl out, you're expecting something out of that, right? You expect to have a good time. So you expect to have a relationship built out of that. Why do people go to the strip club? You might think, oh, they're just throwing away $100, right? But to them, they have an experience. They get something out of that. If you like this kind of content, do me a solid. Subscribe to the channel, like the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next video.